We've already looked at two signs: words without weight and the endless hunger for validation. Now let's explore the third and fourth signs that reveal a woman. Living recklessly in love, short-lived connections, and restless energy. The third, sin, is when every relationship burns bright but fades fast. At first, it feels magical. She showers you with passion, excitement, and intensity. But just as quickly, the flame goes out and she moves on as if it never happened. It's not that she lacks emotion, it's that she confuses novelty with love. She's addicted to the thrill of beginnings, but avoids the work of building depth. Imagine fireworks on a summer night. They explode beautifully, capturing everyone's attention. But after a few seconds, they vanish, leaving only smoke. That's how her relationships play out: loud, dazzling, but empty once the sparks fade. Epictetus reminded us, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." If you meet someone who lives this way, don't waste time asking why she changes so quickly. Accept it for what it is: her pattern, not your fault. Your reaction, your choice to step away or stay, defines whether you keep your peace or lose it. The fourth sign is restlessness, a deeper problem that shows up everywhere in her life. She cannot sit still with herself. Her weekends must be packed with distractions, her nights filled with noise. She avoids silence because silence forces reflection, and reflection is uncomfortable. But real love requires stillness, patience, and the ability to be present in quiet moments. Think of it this way: building a relationship is like planting a tree. It takes time, care, and consistency. But a restless woman will never water the same tree. She keeps pulling it up to chase the next seed, hoping it grows faster. And nothing takes root. Marcus Aurelius said, "Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions than your own soul." If she hasn't found peace inside herself, she will bring turbulence into your life. Her restlessness becomes your restlessness. Her lack of grounding shakes the foundation of everything you try to build together. So let's recap. For clear signs reveal a woman who treats love carelessly. 1. Her words carry no weight. 2. She seeks endless validation. 3. Her connections burn fast but fade quickly. 4. She lives in restless energy, unable to find stillness. If you see these signs, not judge, not condemn, but observe, and then decide calmly whether this is the kind of energy you want to bring into your life. A Stoic man doesn't waste his time trying to change others. He focuses on what he can control: his choices, his peace, his path. Seneca wrote, "Life is long if you know how to use it." Don't waste your life entangled in reckless love that drains you. Protect your time and invest it where depth and stability can grow. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Stoic Glow. Here we blend ancient wisdom with modern love and life, so you can walk with strength, clarity, and peace. In the last part, we talked about the first sign: when her words carry no weight, when promises vanish as quickly as they're spoken. Now, let's move to the second sign of a woman who lives recklessly in love: her endless hunger for validation. At first, attention-seeking can look harmless. We all enjoy compliments, likes, or a little recognition. But when validation becomes her main source of worth, it creates a dangerous cycle for her and for anyone in a relationship with her. Picture this: you're out to dinner together, and instead of being present with you, she's constantly checking her phone. She posts a photo of the meal before taking a bite, then anxiously watches the screen for likes and comments. Even while you sit across from her, her focus isn't on you, it's on the audience she's trying to please. No matter how much attention she gets, it never feels enough. Seneca once said, "He who seeks wisdom is a wise man. He who thinks he has found it is a fool." The same applies here. A woman who is always searching outward for validation shows she hasn't found security within. She looks for worth in the eyes of strangers instead of in her own soul. Why does this matter? For you, because no man can fill a bottomless cup. You can give her reassurance, affection, and attention. But if her sense of self is built only on approval, it will drain you. You'll feel like no matter what you give, it evaporates instantly. Think of it like pouring water into a sieve. Keep pouring, but it leaks through the holes, and nothing is retained. That's what it's like trying to satisfy someone who depends on constant validation. You can exhaust yourself and still never succeed. Another example. Imagine being with her at a party. She's not content with your attention. She constantly looks around, scanning the room to see who else is watching. Her sense of value doesn't come from connection, but from competition. She measures herself against every other pair of eyes in the room. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If her thoughts are always colored by outside judgment, she'll be unstable, pulled in every direction. And when you tie yourself to her, you'll be dragged along the same way. A Stoic man must ask, is this woman seeking growth, or is she addicted to approval? Because one leads to peace, the other to exhaustion. And as Epictetus reminded us, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Her need for external validation is beyond your control. The only thing you can control is whether you choose to stay tied to it. So the second sign is clear. When her happiness rises and falls only on outside validation. When attention from strangers matters more than intimacy with you, she is living recklessly in love. And your role is not to fix her, but to protect your peace. In the next part, we'll explore another sign. Short-lived connections that burn bright but fade fast, leaving behind only smoke. Understanding this will show you how to recognize patterns of instability before they cost you years of your life. Have you ever met someone who seemed irresistible at first? Charming, exciting, almost too good to be true, only to realize later that something didn't feel right. It's not about judging harshly. It's about recognizing patterns in behavior that reveal whether a woman treats love as something careless, shallow, and unstable. The Stoics often warned us, pay attention to reality, not illusions. Epictetus said, if you want the truth, do not be swayed by what people say, but by what they do. And in relationships, this advice is priceless. Because while words may flatter, actions reveal everything. The first sign of a woman who lives recklessly in love is this. Her words carry no weight. She makes promises easily, but they vanish just as quickly. One day she says you are different. The next day she disappears without explanation. She talks about commitment, yet her behavior shows the opposite. Think about it like riding on sand. The moment the waves come, the words are gone. Her affection, her compliments, her sweet promises, they sound real, but they dissolve when tested by time. Here's a real-life example. But then, a week later, you see her giving that same line or that same attention to another man. The problem isn't that she compliments, it's that she spreads intimacy so loosely that it loses all meaning. Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. The same principle applies here. Don't waste energy arguing with her words or trying to decode them. Observe her actions. If she says she wants stability, but acts in chaos, believe the action, not the speech. Why does this matter? Because relationships built only on words are like houses built on sand. They can stand for a short while, but when pressure comes, when challenges arrive, they collapse. If her commitment shifts with the wind, she isn't anchored in love, she's chasing attention. Another way to see this, imagine someone handing out keys to everyone they meet. At first you might feel lucky. I have the key to her heart. But soon you realize the same key was handed out to many others. It's not a treasure anymore. It's just a copy. So the first sign is clear, when her words are cheap, when her promises don't match her behavior, when intimacy feels recycled. Rather than genuine, you are not dealing with deep love, you're dealing with recklessness. And if you ignore this, you risk losing not just time, but also your peace. A Stoic man does not cling to illusions. He sees what is, not what he wishes it to be. And when you see this first sign, the best response isn't anger, it's calm. Recognition. You can't control her words, but you can control your reaction. And your reaction should be to value truth over flattery and action over empty speech. In the next part, we'll go deeper into another clear sign, the endless hunger for validation and how it drains both her and the men around her. But for now, remember this: words without weight are just noise, and peace is found in silence.